What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, TV heads of all ages, Kilted back again, once again, and today, people, today, we're going to be talking about inspiration, derivative work, and shock, horror, lightning crackle, lightning crackle, lightning crackle, plagiarism. Now, if you're familiar with any Destiny Channel content creators out there, then you are familiar with that lovely little intro, and you would have opinions if all my video started like that, wouldn't you? A little, if you don't follow him, Darkside Royalty Joker out there, I do follow him. He is a lot of inspiration for my channel, but that would be considered outright theft of theme, of concept, of the essential idea of how an individual talks. And, well, people would have a problem with it. And, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Bungie of all people, got caught yet again. But we're going to get into that because, well, over here, Anti-Real, it was discovered over the weekend that Marathon, none other than Marathon, has been, well, lifting, borrowing, finding excessive inspiration for their art direction from Anti-Real. Things that Anti-Real has been publishing since 2017. I do believe on the right here is Anti-Real's daily series. Whoa, that looks like, if I can decipher that, July 15th, 2017. Aleph. We have the font. We have the style, the line, all over Marathon. We have, flipped upside down. And even more, going down to the, what everyone believed was some sort of ARG when this came out, that if you could decipher, solve all the nifty little puzzles going on with Marathon, that it would give you something nifty, interesting, something to go off of. What do these symbols mean? Are they factions? No, they are blatant rip-offs of someone else's art style. Interesting to say the least. What else do we have? Apparently, not that long, well, looks like 6 years ago, 7 years almost now, Anti-Real hid loss in their designs. Now, what is loss? Loss is a meme created, I believe it was Control-Alt-Delete, on a comic strip of a bunch of lines and everything. One person standing up. I don't have it in front of me. I probably should have done a much better job of that, but someone found it in the game. You didn't even bother to check. What sort of art department do you have? Well, they did come out with a response. Not on Marathon's main development page, main social media page, not on Bungie's main page. Let's go ahead and take a quick little look-see of how many people follow them. 11,000, not too shabby, but I'm sure there are way more on Marathon's main page. Maybe they even gained some more prior to the time of this recording. So anyone sitting there saying, it was just inspiration, it was just a mistake, or maybe we're reaching for something to talk about, something to hate Bungie over, believe me, there's apparently a lot of it, they had their little response. So it's definitely, no question, no doubt about it, what happened. But their response: we immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist, because heaven forbid we take accountability with anyone that is still actually working at Bungie. It was someone else. They dropped off the art and just quit, left. Nah, don't worry about that. Included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. This issue was unknown by our existing team. Well, we didn't know, so you can't hold us at fault, right? Right? We are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. Probably because you're arrogant, pompous, lazy. It's one of two things, okay? It is legitimately one of two things, and I do believe I have an idea on it. It's either incompetence, which is bad, or deliberately malicious, thinking you can just get away with borrowing someone else's work and putting it in because you're big bad Bungie, owned by Sony right now. Used to be owned by Activision, right? So who's gonna come after us? We'll just act like we didn't know and offer some sort of compensation. No harm, no foul. Better to ask forgiveness than permission. Although I would think that getting permission from the artist to showcase their designs, their art in a big budget, multi-million-dollar corporation's video game that hundreds of thousands, if not tens of millions of people are going to see, would be far easier, far more. We're going to pay you with, what is it? What did he say? Going to pay you with exposure, which an aspiring artist, I'm sure, would be more inclined to agree to than just, oops, sorry, we didn't realize it. We take matters like this very seriously. I don't believe you, and there's reasons that I'll get into. We have reached out to Anti-Real to discuss this issue and committed to do right by the artist yet again. But what are you talking about, Kilted? Oh, we'll get there. As a matter of policy, we do not use the work of artists without their permission. Bullshit. Again, we're going to get there. To prevent similar issues in the future, because we don't care about what's already happened in the past, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets. Should have done that before now. Specifically those done by the former Bungie artist that we're going to throw under the bus because he doesn't work here anymore. And we're not even going to name him, so let's keep going. And implementing stricter checks that we didn't have in place before the other 3 or 4 times. Gonna get there, folks. Hang on there. By the way, I do appreciate everyone making it this far before you roast my sorry ass in the comment section for borrowing, using Joker's intro as inspiration. Hopefully you got this far. Thank you very much. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our games, and we are committed to doing right by them. I've heard rumor that the last time this happened that there's been no communication. There's been no resolution. Now, what on earth could I possibly be talking about? Well, going back to June 20th. Let me get this on the screen. June 20th, 2023. This was one of them I heard about. Old Element J21 here. I just realized Bungie took inspiration. Does that look like inspiration to you or just downright theft? You be the judge. Make your own decisions. I'm just presenting it in the way that I do. Took inspiration from my piece for this week's cutscene. Certainly took me by surprise when I watched the cutscene, but I thought, Bungie, let's go back to this one, folks. As a matter of policy, we do not use the work of artists without their permission. Oh, but wait, there's more. Going back to, well, more recently, September 11th, 2024, posted on Destiny Bulletin. Bungie accused of stealing Destiny 2 fan art for Ace of Spades Nerf replica. You couldn't even be bothered to use your own in-game asset for it? My goodness, but there couldn't possibly be more. But speak of the devil, Darkside Royalty Joker over here, who has made numerous videos. Go check out his channel if you are a fan of Destiny and delightful humor. How Destiny has taken a good bit of inspiration from Hawkmoon, Elric of Melniboné, from Michael Moorcock, and so on. Well, White Crow right there. Go watch the video for yourself and make your own decision. All the way down to one more recently, I say recently, October 9th, 2024, down not just art assets, but story beats and story assets. When I first saw this, I thought to myself, this guy's clutching at straws. How ridiculous can you possibly be? But apparently the judge doesn't believe Bungie. Taking Red War campaign accused of lifting plot elements from online story in Louisiana lawsuit. For a little while, I was like, wow, my people are being rather foolish. But as this goes on with one case after another of Bungie acquiring inspiration from independent artists, this really does start to seem like a pattern, all the way to the point where people notice that Joseph Cross was following for quite some time, for a few years, along with a few others at Bungie. Now, who is Joseph Cross, you ask? Well, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Joseph Cross, the marathon art director who had a statement recently on a little live stream. Let's go ahead and listen to that. Let's get that desktop audio going. Let's see what good old Joseph Cross has to say.
And so to that extent, I want to send my personal apology to Anti-Real, whose work was used in this case. And I know how unfair this feels, and we're doing everything we can to make this right with her.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you used it. A little bit more extra vetting, especially considering the reputation that you were suffering from now, Bungie. This little speech, let's finish it up.
It's fantastic, and we clearly share mutual appreciation for a specific genre of graphic design, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited to have folded that into our style in general. So thanks for listening, and thanks for your patience.
Inspiration. We like the same styles. When you go back, let's go all the way back here. When you go back and look at the font, it's not inspired. This is theft. This is outright theft. And I believe, I wish I did not prep it for this video, but they went so far as to scrub Anti-Real's, or attempt to scrub Anti-Real's name on some of the artwork. Didn't do a very good job of it, but let's get back over here to good old Mr. Joseph Cross, because this live stream was supposed to be sort of like an AMA, but a play MA, a nice little play on words that was supposed to be nice and fun. They were going to play the game and answer questions and show off how and what and all that, or what they were working on, but for legal reasons, they couldn't play the game. They dropped it off. So they just kind of hung out in the chat. And if this man's face is not an indication of what's going to happen or the future that he sees, I don't know what else is. Because, well, as people have said, a lot of people will sit there and say, the internet wins. They never lose. And, well, the chat did nothing but roast this unfortunate man. Now, to give the benefit of the doubt is one thing, but when there appears to be a pattern, a consistent pattern of theft, outright theft of inspiration, theft of art, theft of just art style, a theft of everything, then benefit of the doubt flows flying out the window, especially when you find out that this man has been following Anti-Real for quite a few years, along with other people in the art department over at Bungie. Plagiarism will make me God. Plagiarism will make me hog. This might destroy Marathon before it even gets off the ground. Outside of its, some people would say, lackluster gameplay style, uninspired gameplay style. Now, when you look at this and you see a theft of someone's art, someone's portfolio, their text, and trying to scrub it and hide it, and hopefully no one will see, benefit of the doubt goes out the window. It's seen for what it is. Once is a coincidence. 3 times is a pattern. We're on 4 or 5 now. It's disgusting. It's despicable. It's a company looking for forgiveness before they even bother getting permission. Someone at the studio knew what they were doing. As far as I'm concerned, this is malicious. This is not a coincidence. This is not a, oops, sorry, we made a mistake. Not after so many times this has happened. Now, that's going to be it for now. Go follow Joker. Go follow Darkside Royalty if you have any interest in Destiny lore, Destiny discussions behind the scenes. Great channel. I've been following him for years. Go check him out. Hope he doesn't get too upset that I used his intro as inspiration for this video, but I guess if you made it this far, you kind of understand why I did it. It's comedy, folks. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things us YouTubers beg you to do, and above all, stay frosty.